What's going on, everyone? We are finally back. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 1. It's January 9th, and this is the GAJ Podcast. I am Gerard. This is my little brother, Alex, and we want to wish you all a Happy New Year. Hopefully, it's off to the right foot. What else? Hopefully, you took a shit before midnight. That way you don't have to carry that shit into the new year. You know what I'm saying?
That music's really loud.
I know. Didn't find it right away. But yeah, welcome to 2026, everybody.
Happy dry January.
Happy. That's pretty good.
I was just talking to a girl that I've been talking to, neighbor. We'll talk about her later. But
Right on.
as I was walking by, I just said, "Hey, you doing anything fun tonight?" She's like, "Yeah, working it out." She's like, "Dry January." She told me she's doing dry January a few days ago. I'm like, "Okay, me too."
Dry January. You're like, me too. You want to do it together?
Here's another one.
Well, that's cool. Sounds like, yeah, we didn't do too much for New Year's. By the way, Merry Christmas also. We didn't get to see you for Christmas, so hopefully everybody had a very happy holiday season, whether that's wishing you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus,
Happy Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day. Hopefully you
Turn
didn't
that volume
drink
down.
too much.
Turn the music down a little bit.
Oh, all right. Let me,
At least to us, it sounds really loud.
okay. How's that?
That sounds better.
Cool. But yeah. Anyway, if you've been with us before, thanks for coming back. Hopefully you've already liked an episode. Hopefully you like this episode. Hopefully you've already subscribed to the channel and you've clicked that notification bell so you know when our next episodes are out. And if you are finding us for the first time, thank you for checking us out. Hopefully you'll become a new subscriber, and if you wouldn't mind, put a little wavy emoji in the comments there so that we know you're there and we can give you a shout out in the next episode. You can also choose to participate more anonymously by shooting us an email, and that email address is gagepodcast@gmail.com. Let's get into it. Lots to do, lots to cover. We're going to try and keep it fairly compact because of how much we have to cover, but it's time for our leadoff segment. It's all about the food, and it's called Mom's Kare Kare. I'm going to lead off with one from Christmas that I just thought was fun. Alex and I finally got to hang out together in Chicago, saw some family, and got to do a first together, and that was go to Gene and Jude's, where we recorded a little bit of footage. Let me put that up there for you. This is Alex going in for a first bite reaction of a Gene
I've not
and
seen
Jude's
this yet.
classic Chicago hot dog. I wish I could play the sound because it was pretty good. Gene and Jude's is a Chicago foundation as far as hot dogs. They don't give you any ketchup, so it's just they actually call it a red hot. They're Vienna beef hot dogs in the casing. They've got a great snap to them, and they put on the bun with your choice of, or any combination of mustard, onions, relish, and sweet peppers. This is a Chicago foundation, so if you go in there asking for ketchup, they will tell you. If they're nice, they'll just tell you they don't serve ketchup. If they really want to embarrass you with all these people, because this was not like just normal hours. This is later at night. They're probably going to tell you to walk down to McDonald's down the street. And what I learned is that that particular McDonald's, probably the only one in the world, charges for ketchup because people come in here asking for hot dogs and then they want to put ketchup on it. I I am not against putting ketchup on a hot dog.
I'm not
going to
either.
go into a classic Chicago institution and ask them to do something that they haven't done in the 80-something years that they've been around.
I'll say this though: if you put ketchup on that hot dog that we had, I don't think it would have been good.
It would have ruined it, yeah.
Dude, my
I'm
hair
a
looks
ketchup
pretty good
on
there.
a hot dog kind of guy, and ketchup would have ruined that.
My hair's on point.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Anyway, also the other one thing you might be noticing is this is a G to juice thing. The fries are on the hot dog, so yeah.
And I don't know if you said this, but ours had double hot dogs in it.
That's right. We got the doubles, and it was awesome. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, so Alex, Ashley, and I went in there. I think it was after dinner, but we still went anyway. And man, that was good stuff. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I don't know. Oh, the other thing we got was is it in here? Oh,
before we move off Gene and Jude's, I am so glad I did not live by there because I would eat that shit a whole lot
all
more
the time, right? Yeah, me too.
A whole lot less healthier.
Me too. And I know you didn't like it as much, but they serve these tamales. They're not like homemade or anything. They're, but they're just I don't know what it is. I just really like them. Yeah. My buddy's dad found them. He's the one who introduced me to this like a long, long time ago. But he found them in the I think I can't remember the grocery store, but he found them in one of the stores, frozen, so he could bring them home. And
what the fuck was I doing there?
Were you practicing a blowjob?
I was completely sober too.
Yes, we were. But yeah, this was. I mean, what time was this? This was at like.
It wasn't that late.
I mean, it wasn't like bar time or anything, but I mean, it was like 9 to 10 o'clock, wasn't it?
Hold on, we left Tony's.
Oh no, it wasn't
dinner
you're
time.
Right. It was probably you're right. It was probably like 4 or 5 o'clock. So maybe it wasn't that outrageous that there were so many people. But it's just this little hot dog stand. As you can see, there's no tables or chairs inside. They're just busy. They are busy, and that's like that all the time. But yeah, that was a fun time doing that. Yeah, I might make that a regular visit next time I go back. Every time I go to Chicago now, because it was pretty fun. It was pretty good.
It is a little bit of a chore to try to keep it all together because there's the grease. It's such loaded. If you put the fries on there, it's way more loaded.
Yeah,
so you're like, hold on, I gotta try to keep this together and fit it in my mouth. No diddy, without everything falling off.
And it is acceptable to get the fries on the side. A lot of people did it. I don't know why. I went.
I want it on the not the burger. I want it on the hot dog though.
Yeah, I went working man style, like going on the run. So you put it all together and just eat it all in one shot. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And then, like I said, we were in Chicago, which means we saw our mama. And she did some cooking, baby. Made us some. I don't even think I got this, but made some kare for reals, and it was delicious.
Real kare.
Oh shoot! I didn't actually show it, did I? Just realized it's not on the screen. There it is, baby. The kare with the ham hocks, the pork hocks, the way God intended. Man, it was delicious. I ate the crap out of that.
I ate so much of it.
Yeah, you were there for like almost a week before we got there. So
I was making sure that there was gonna be some left for you because I asked Mom. I was like, "Is there gonna be some left for Gerard?" She's like, "I'm just gonna make more on tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay."
She did make more. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I'm going to put something up there, but I'm going to let you explain it because this was yours. It was not mine. Alex's Filipino meal over Christmas break. Well, one of them. This is yours, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm all about the Filipino breakfast. Dude, Filipino breakfast is another type of breakfast.
Yeah.
When you get what they call salog, when you get longanisa or tocino, and you have I don't what. How do you describe how's that egg prepared?
Over medium.
Is it over medium?
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I knew how to do that because Mom made some really good fucking eggs. I think I said to you too. I was like, dude, these eggs are fucking awesome. That longanisa is kind of different than I'm used to. Those are like longanisa balls. Once again, no Diddy. I'm used to like
were
the
they were like. I thought that was just like one cut up.
Which just as good. It's just a different shape, but Filipino breakfast. I love it.
Gotta love it, baby. If you haven't tried it, you should.
Not that it's
like
healthy.
a real like garlicky fried rice because I was keeping it somewhat healthy, but
sure, there's I can limit the rice that I consume, and it's high in protein, but the longanisa is pretty greasy.
Pretty greasy, yeah. High in
it's gonna
protein,
like
but also a lot of fat and a lot of sodium.
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of sodium. But yeah,
that's actually one of my pictures. I don't have to show that picture anymore.
What's that?
That's actually one of the pictures I was going to show.
Yeah, let me put yours up.
Ooh. We're going to rewind it back. We're going to go back to Gene and Jude's. If you put it back on screen.
Oh, there it is.
There's a still picture of it.
Hell yeah.
You can see 2 hot dogs. You can see the fries on there. You can see the peppers on there. I don't remember what else was on there. Oh, I
think you got it fully loaded. So you had mustard, onions, relish.
I didn't have relish.
Oh, no relish?
Mine was without relish. Yours was without onions.
Onions, yeah. Yep. It was pretty awesome. Ashley was into it too. And so, yeah, I think that's going to become a regular thing whenever we go to Chicago. Probably just call Tony and meet him up there.
Yeah. Once again, I am glad I do not live by that place because it would be
it was pretty awesome. I love that the fries are fresh cut and they leave the skin on there. It's kind of like remember Penn Station?
Yeah, I typically throughout my my adult life I've tried to stay away from fries. But God, those fries are good.
Yeah, they were. Man.
Those fries are just amazing. You're like, oh God,
it was awesome. That was good stuff. And man, I wish I would have done it. I forgot to take a picture of all the food at the family Christmas party. But yeah, we had a pretty good spread there too.
We had other stuff going on. We had to catch up with everyone. We had a limited time with family that we grew up with and their offspring and their spouses and
we had
aunts and
we had
uncles,
a great Christmas. We had a great Christmas. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Do you have anything from New Year's? Any cool pictures from New Year's? Like food pictures from New Year's?
No. So, kind of a different subject, but Ohio State played on New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
I went to a bar to watch it where there's some Ohio State fans, and I didn't really plan on drinking too much.
Until.
But I was talking to people. People bought me drinks. I started angry drinking. I fucking blacked out because I was so mad.
No.
I did not know how I got home. I was smart though. I Ubered there.
Okay, that's good.
And I guess I Ubered back. I guess I closed out my tab because I still had my credit card. When I woke up the next day, I totally forgot it was New Year's Eve. I was probably passed out at like 8:30 California time. So I missed East Coast New Year's, Eastern time New Year's. But I woke up and I was a little hungover and I was like, I think I have to go back to the bar. I'm pretty sure I left my credit card there. When I looked at my wallet, my credit card was in there. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I closed out. But I was a little angry.
Check your credit card statement.
I didn't give a fuck about New Year's Eve. I totally forgot about it was New Year's Eve. I didn't care the next morning. I went to the gym the following morning, which was New Year's Day. As I walked in, people looked at me and said, "What happened last night?" And I was like, God damn it. I just woke up with a hangover because of what happened last night, and now I'm going to come into the gym and get shit from my neighbors.
Oh, that's rough,
that
dude.
That kind of dictated my New Year's right there. Like, I didn't care. There was no New Year's to me.
Yeah, I didn't go that hard, but I went to the restaurant. Obviously, Ashley had to work when you work in a top Kansas City restaurant. You get all the reservations, so she had to work. But I did go into the restaurant. I'm gonna fix my lighting here real quick.
Before you move on,
Go
what
ahead.
did I drink? It was all Trulies.
Oh shit! I was
from
gonna
the
guess
tap.
Captain and Cokes.
Nope, it was all Truly. I was like, I don't want to get too drunk because I want to, I want to be able to go home and chill tonight. And I was just like, I had a Truly, like, there was a big one too. I was like,
Depression setting in.
Next, and then someone would be like, someone would order a drink and be like, I'll have with this, and then give him another one of those. Like, okay.
Oh boy.
Well, it's actually, for some reason, I meet dudes on New Year's Eve. I met a guy that was visiting from Florida. He actually used to live in Los Angeles, but he's from Centerville. He
No
went to
kidding.
Ulster. Yeah.
Wow.
I was talking about, I'm a Bears fan. And I talked about the off season. We picked up Joe Tooney. He's like, my parents know his parents. They hung out together a couple of weeks ago. Okay,
That's cool.
And then he was only there until halftime because he was visiting with his kids, and they had a bunch of kids. They rented a house in Newport Beach, and
Right on.
he bargained, negotiated with his wife that he'd come to watch the game up until halftime. So I was hanging out with him, and then I met some other dude who's from Brooklyn, the Ohio State fan from Brooklyn, and it was kind of we're there together in misery.
Yep. I watched by
anyway,
myself, so
I drank seltzer water, alcoholic seltzer water, and got blacked out drunk off of alcohol.
that's
alcoholic seltzer water,
hilarious.
which means I drink a lot of seltzer water.
What is that hangover like, man? Is that
Not that bad.
oh, okay?
I told you, I was in the
mean,
gym as soon as I woke up.
you're kind of like, you're kind of hydrating, I guess.
I was in the gym as soon as I woke up, and I did a. What day was that? So that's a Thursday. I did a heavy lift day.
Okay.
All compound movements, like boom, like this is a lifting day.
All right. Well,
I have a little
that's the way
headache,
to
but
work it
it's
out.
still a lifting day.
Get the blood moving. We didn't, we actually, Ashley actually got off a lot earlier than I thought she would. So I had a couple drinks there, but she was off early enough that we just came home and did New Year's here at home, which worked out really well because we had a flight the next morning. We went to, flew out to Denver and then drove out to Glenwood Springs, which is near Aspen, to visit her family. Not visit them, catch up with them there. They had rented a big house out there, which is pretty cool, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But our first dinner there was a pretty good one. I gotta tell you, I'm a fan of bison. Bison is really good. This was cooked in a cast iron, but not in this cast iron. I think they
It looks pretty rare in the middle there.
Yeah, I got a medium rare, and it was the right temperature to get it. I got a chimichurri sauce, but I actually didn't use it. I like the taste just fine all by itself. So, if you're ever in, oh gosh, I can't remember the town. It's somewhere between Glenwood Springs and Aspen. But yeah, they had a pretty good bison steak. So, anyway, yeah, that's the foods. I know Mom had some contributions. Let me see what I can find here. Where to go? For New Year, Mom was showing her snacks like for New Year's, right? Because Filipino thing is like eat round foods, and I can't remember why. I think it's just like completing the circle. So she had like apples, fruits, grapes. Looks like that's a bagel, an egg, and some cake, I guess. So that's kind of a New Year's thing, is that you eat that stuff it's supposed to, I don't mean a complete New Year or something like that. I can't remember. And then her friend, who went back to the Philippines, brought her back some snacks. So that looks kind of cool. Mom missed her opportunity, though, I'll tell you that much.
She did.
Had her chance to introduce Alex to, what was her name? I already forgot.
Jenna
Is it Jenna or Janine?
Jameson? I don't know.
Yeah.
Jenna Lynn.
Jenna Lynn, that's what it is, yeah. I gotta say, I don't know many of these. They all look good. But won't let me zoom in. Those mangoes are like the best mangoes ever. That's the only thing I recognize. And every time I get like dried mangoes from somewhere here in the States, even like the Asian store, they're good, but this is the bag I remember. And man, those are like the best dried mangoes ever. And if they're still there next time I go to Chicago, I'm eating the rest of them. But yeah, that's some pretty good stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's Mom's Kare Kare. That's all about the food. If there's something you'd like us to try, put it in the comments or email it to us. Or if there's something you've tried that you would like to share with us, send it over. We'd love to cover it during this segment. So yeah, moving on to a little ode to my personal project on YouTube. Kind of about adventures, kind of about just getting out and about and what you're doing that's not sitting around. And we call it Hey Dad, Watch This. Alex, what do you have for us this week?
You can go first. I think I got a lot, and I might try to filter some of it out.
Okay. Well, obviously we all got to go to Chicago. What an amazing time. That was fun because, we got to see not only our siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, mom, got to see Dad too. So that was kind of cool getting to see everybody. Have any cool pictures from Christmas? Well, I don't want to put too many people on here that aren't on here. We did get to see Alex do a cool party trick.
Oh, cool. Okay, remove that off my list.
He was all about this, and I recorded it, so can't hear the sound, but if you've ever wondered what flexibility looks like, and if it would just keep playing for the love of goodness.
I kind of hinted at this a couple episodes ago where I said I'm going to regain my flexibility.
There it is.
I haven't done this in close to 20 years. I could not do that in my 30s. I could not do that in my late 20s.
That's impressive, dude.
Mid-40s, fucking got it back.
That's impressive. That was Alex doing a for real split. Cool party tricks, baby. Cool party tricks. I don't really have anything that else, without putting too many people on here. I don't have anything else. You know what I did after our last show, though? You remember how we were talking about corned beef omelets?
Yeah. Did you make one?
I made one.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was my adventure. It was pretty good, dude. It was pretty good.
Are the potatoes in there?
I didn't have any potatoes, but I did do the frozen peas and carrots.
Nice.
And I had rice anyway, so yeah. But other than that, man, so I mentioned after it was convenient that Ashley got off pretty early for New Year's Eve because we were able to get home, check on the dog, and be just chilled out.
What time did she get off work?
What's that?
What time did she get off work?
She got off work around like 11:15ish.
Nice.
11:30.
Did they do the whole New Year's thing, or did they close up before?
They're usually closed by then. Usually it's just the employees because they saw to break down and reset and everything.
Okay, so they don't do the full New Year's thing for
no. Usually
customers.
it's just the employees and then significant others. So that's why I'm there.
Okay.
But the restaurant is usually closed by then. But usually people don't actually get to clear out the restaurant all the way of customers until like 11 because people are out for New Year's, right? So they're going to be out having dinner and stuff. And by the time the last customers leave, they still have, breakdown and reset, all that stuff to do before they go home. So we usually just do New Year's in the restaurant. Well, it was convenient because, we could come home early by midnight, take care of the dog, and be just chilling out before our flight to Colorado the next day. So that worked out pretty well in our favor. Then I'm trying to find. Here we go. we went to Aspen. So I got a whole album on it. By the way, this was our ride, which is pretty cool. Huge ass Suburban. I think that was a 2025. It was nice. It was comfy. 4-wheel drive, had some semi knobby tires which helped out because it started snowing on us in the mountains. But yeah, you can see me taking pictures around it because I'm trying to make sure I don't get charged for anything that I didn't do to the car. But yeah, this was. So I mentioned we caught up with her family in Glenwood Springs. This was the house they rented, or the deck from the deck of the house they rented. So we're at about, I think this house was at about 8,400 feet. So I mean, looking at the mountains, you can kind of see in there a little more back there, but the clouds kind of cover it up. But we got around a little bit. It was pretty cool. I don't know how much this is going to show, but I went and found a hiking trail further up the mountain. So this was at about 9,000 feet. So I got a little drone shot up there. This is our car down here. I don't know if you can see me circling that. And then the hiking trail is right here. So we got a cool picture there. We actually drove up further on the trail, but there were people cross-country skiing, and I didn't want to really disturb the trail, like pass them and disturb the trail for them. So I ended up turning around. Plus, again, I was in a rental vehicle. I wasn't in my car, so I didn't necessarily want to end up in any situations that might get a little iffy for us on a trail. But yeah, we actually hiked down that trail. We only went maybe a quarter of a mile because the snow just started getting harder and harder, which is cool because these guys over here, that's a snowmobile they're pulling out. So they pulled out a couple snow machines and they went tearing down the trails right before we left. So what else did we do? Some pictures from the trail. Did a lot of eating. This is the Hotel Colorado where I think it was Teddy Roosevelt stayed and did a bunch of stuff. He hosted a lot of important people from the past. And that was right across the street from... Let's see if I find it. I guess I don't have it. I thought I had a picture. Oh, here it is. This is the largest natural hot spring in the world. They built a pool around it, but it's all fed by spring water, which is kind of cool. It is a big-ass pool, and since it's a natural thing, I don't know that... I would get in it if I had time and the opportunity, but I'll be honest, I like to go get out. If I'm going to go get remote, I'm going to go find a hot spring that isn't full of people. But it was still pretty cool. And then, that night that I was showing you that steak, we saw... we had walked around Aspen for a little while, which... It's purely just window shopping because, the people shopping there and actually buying stuff, they had socks that cost more than like my entire outfit that day. It was expensive, which makes sense because all the stores close at 5:30, and I found out why. As we were walking past the Prada store, I noticed them unlocking it and realized that's Kim Kardashian walking in. So we saw Kim Kardashian walk into Prada and then watched all the paparazzi show up waiting for her to come out to take her picture. So that was pretty wild, seeing Kim Kardashian and all the paparazzi.
Never been a fan of the Kardashians.
I'm not a fan either, but I mean, it was more just like, that happened. They opened the store for her. She spent a shitload of money and she was gone in 30 minutes. But yeah, it was cool. So, not that part, but just getting to be out in the mountains, getting a little remote. That was cool because we did that for the first couple of days. And then we went down to Vail where they had another house reserved. And when we got into Vail, this was probably my favorite meal of the trip. I know we already did food, but this was a corned beef hash skillet with green chili on it.
What's the meat on there?
Corned beef.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. There's hash browns, corned beef, cheese, peppers, tomatoes, green chili, like which is like green chili salsa, which is like a staple in Colorado. So that was kind of why I ordered it, and then obviously a fried egg on it. But I gotta tell you, Vail is beautiful. Uh, it's a little touristy, but you know what? I'm a tourist. People are like, it's kind of Disneylandish, but I wouldn't really call it that. But it definitely has like a kind of German Swiss influence when you're walking through the village. But it's pretty cool. And then, got all these cool buildings and get the mountains right there. So it's pretty sweet. I'm just going to shuffle through some of these. And I mean, this is literally like right behind me. This is the ski slopes coming down into that pedestrian area.
Did you ski or snowboard?
No.
Yeah.
So they stayed like a week after we left. So we were only there for like a day. But we did take the gondola up to the top and check that out. So that was kind of cool. I think I have a picture of that. Yeah, this is right in the middle of that shopping area too. I think that was called Vale Village is what it was called. But the house that we rented there was just ridiculous. I think it was 5 bedrooms. Every bedroom had its own full bathroom. And then there was a common area with like a half bath. But yeah, we had the whole house. It was 2-car garage. It was sick. I should have taken more pictures of it, but I forgot. But yeah, we did the gondola ride up. So here's us in the gondola. And then here's us at the top of the mountain. Which I think the mountain behind us is called, I think, Holy Cross. I have a picture of it. Mountain of the Holy Cross. So it's what you're seeing through there. And we weren't, and that back here, that's a 14er. That's 14,005.
Is there a church up there?
Here. No.
I feel like it should be a church up there.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it mountain. I think it's not Mountain of the Holy, it's Mountain of the Holy Cross. I don't know why they do that, call that, but whatever. One thing I learned though, I assumed, because when we were going up the gondola, that's actually all national forest land up there. I think I could have taken my drone up there and flown it legally. Now, when I thought about it further, I realized I wouldn't have because there's so many people up there. I don't really like flying it with a bunch of people around. But yeah, look at this. It's kind of weird because you can see that there's snow on all these slopes over here, but there's no snow here. It was, it's been a very mild winter. So that's why you don't see just a ton of people going down these slopes over here, because I think they were closed. Because of where they went down to, there just wasn't enough snow. So yeah, I think this year, technically, like all those ski resorts, they were hurting a little bit. But yeah, it was so cool to get up there and check it out. Oh, here's the elevation where we were. 10,350 feet. So we were on Eagle's Nest, which is in the White River National Forest. But yeah, that was a cool trip. It was a quick one, but it was still fun. And we got to see, her aunt, uncle, and cousins from Tennessee that I've only really met them 3 times. I've been fortunate enough to get to spend a decent amount of time with them each time, so I enjoy seeing them, and they took really good care of us. It was a real treat to get to go out there and be with them. They took care of just about everything for us. So,
Ew,
sorry. So, without getting too detailed, Pam and Eric, thank you very much for letting us invade your vacation. But yeah, that's what I got. What do you have, dude? It's like, do you have something set up here?
Oh,
nope. That's notes.
Yeah, I didn't even know I was still sharing. So if you had an eagle eye, you probably saw what I was going to talk about next. But I decided a few weeks ago that I wanted to be a little more social. And trying to figure out what that looks like, just because the past couple of years I've just been very, like, I guess just say antisocial, or I'm not even hanging out with my friends. I'm just kind of staying in my little man cave here to do my own thing, and then but eventually I started decided that I wanted to change that, at least hopefully change that. So I think somehow YouTube could read your mind. So somehow their algorithms feed you stuff, and you're like, oh, how did I get there? But I started watching videos from a person named Vanessa Van Edwards. She did studies on human interaction, body language, communication, to put together things to implement in social settings, work settings, situations where you're leading teams in your career, or in general, just interacting with anybody or public speaking. So she put together tips where you can be successful at it. So I've been watching her videos on YouTube, and then it led me to decide to read her books. When I say read, I mean I read the audio version.
You read them through audiobooks.
Yeah, so she has at least 2 books out. One that was released around, I think, 2018, so before the pandemic, called Captivate, which I bought right before I got it. As I was on the plane to fly back here from Chicago, I was like, I need something to listen to. Side note, when on my flight out of Chicago, they said there's no Wi-Fi on this plane. It's out.
Oh, that happened to us on the way back from Colorado.
So I was like, shit, I need something to listen to. And I was like, podcast. I'm like, okay, I would listen to Vanessa Van Edwards' book. Plus, it's Audible, so I had a free credit. I could get a free book to start me off. So listen to that for most of my travels back. Finished it when I got home, and then decided to go to her newer book, which came out a few years ago, called Cues. So these are all just about human interaction, especially body language in different settings, whether it be social settings, work settings, etc. So I've been kind of absorbing what she's been putting out there, and then seeing if I can implement it in all the settings that she said, like social settings and work settings. That's really what we got going for us at this age. So you kind of look at, how do you want to progress in your career, and what does that look like, and how does body language and communication all factor into that? Mm-hmm. So some of the things that she's thrown in there is I'll just give you like a few. I'll tell you right now, I have implemented these since the start of this freaking recording. One of them was, when you first arrive and there's an audience, show your hands. So it's usually like a wave. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just kind of a more trusting human behavior, a more trusting thing that you can do. Where it goes back to like more ancient times, when if you show your hands, it means you don't have a weapon.
Oh, okay.
And I've been told that. I've been in martial arts environments,
like vulnerability, I guess.
Something like that. I've been in martial arts environments for a long time, and how you stand when you're relaxed has been under scrutiny, because I do like the whole like hands behind your back, like at attention, like you're a freaking soldier or Michael Jordan in the playoffs. And I've been corrected many times where they said, don't put your hands behind your back, because it says you might have a weapon, and
you might be hiding something.
I heard that from a guy with a Thai accent. So it comes from different cultures too. Another thing that she kind of puts in there as a tip is, don't touch your face, which I fucking do all the time, right, Mom? Because it just creates a disconnect between you and who you're communicating with. I think she said her reasoning was that it makes you, a lot of liars touch their face when they lie. They do other stuff too. She did studies on, like, when Lance Armstrong said that he was not doping, he does something that indicate that he was lying. But one of the aspects about how people lie is that they touch their face. I touch my face because I have an itch and I gotta my nose. But in the videos in the YouTube videos where she's explaining all this, she does say, like, she fully admits, she's like, I'm trying hard not to touch my face right now, but everyone gets an itch. They do stuff.
Some people are just fidgety like that.
Yeah,
I would think.
Natural, but she even says, like, yeah, just don't touch your face. And I'd say another one, and I'll probably cut it off here. Another thing that she mentions is that whether you're in person or you're on screen, you want to maximize the distance between your ears and your shoulders, because it makes you not look
like you have no neck.
I'm doing it.
Slouching,
and also it kind of changes your voice, where your voice tends to get higher if you have a shorter distance here. You like do this, or it looks like you're unsure.
It looks less assertive for sure.
Yeah, so that's more of a setting when you're that probably works best with work, especially if you're leading teams or you have to be a point of authority or a point of information. It does look better to have the maximal distance between your ears and your shoulders as opposed to just shrugging. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But so, I mean, it's not just work settings, social settings, and that. Her books, I'm almost done with the second one. They're good, but I feel like I didn't need to read them. I feel like if you just listen to the stuff that's on YouTube, you get the main gist of it. Not even the gist. You get a good detailed explanation of what she communicates in her books. Some of the books she gives the same information, then she kind of goes into some history, which okay, maybe it's a little fluffy for me. I don't need all that information, but I'd say if you just go into the content that's on YouTube, as long as the video is at least 45 minutes to 2 hours long, you'll get all the information you need that's in her books. Moving on, while still keeping with the fact I'm trying to be a little more social, is that I am in the process of changing up my apartment to be a little less of an extreme Alex cave and be a little more visitor friendly. Though some of my friends that have visited here, it's like if they saw the extreme Alex cave, they would love it. They'd be like, "Oh, you can do freaking sea lot, you can do martial arts on this thing." I'm like, yeah, you can. And that's what I do. So, well, I did have a pretty big square footage of my apartment accessible to working out, being able I could throw kettlebells around there. I could do boxing or whatever I want to do on there. I could jump rope on there. With my apartment being like half a gym, what happened last year is that my apartment gym leveled up, which includes getting heavier weights and kettlebells. So
nice.
I really do not need to have a full gym in my own apartment. Although I can convert it if I need to. I could take back the mats, throw them out, and be like, okay, I'm gonna do a kettlebell workout right here. Just because of maybe I'm sick or something like that. I don't want to go down to the gym, or maybe I'm even extremely lazy. But anyways, I'm trying to make my apartment a little more visitor friendly, and hopefully it's done by tomorrow. Because I might have someone over for the Bears Packers game.
All right.
Probably not. Probably not, but maybe.
Well, it'd be cool if you did.
Yeah, and sticking with me trying to be a little more social, this kind of goes in our semi-segment that I call Nobody Wants This, because it's all about... What's the best way to explain that? Me playing around with being social with females. So we'll just say that.
Oh.
And I've mentioned, I was talking to someone. It's very, very early. And I think it's going to fizzle out. And I think it's starting to fizzle out a little bit. But I have been testing out some flirting tactics.
All right. What's the book called?
What book?
The one or whatever you've been trying to implement?
Oh, that's so 2 books by Vanessa Van Edwards. One, Captivate. Second one is called Cues. Cues. But if you just go to YouTube and type in her name, and you see like an episode from someone's podcast or someone's YouTube channel where it's at least an hour long, you'll get, I think, the main information that she puts out there in her books.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like I really didn't need to buy the books. Well, I bought one. One was free, and then one I paid for.
And one was called Captivate. The other one's called Cues.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
She might have another book out there, but I don't know.
Well, I'm going to link them in the description of today's show.
But outside of that, back to Nobody Wants This. Been testing out some flirting tactics the past.
Attaboy.
I'd say month and a half.
Attaboy.
Keep in mind, and I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, she started flirting with me first.
That's the best way, dude.
I was just
That's the best.
I was very antisocial. I was very unopen to new relationships. I was just very stoic when I did my shit. And then I went home and That was it. But she was flashing me the eyes and the smiles. And
Yeah,
I
man,
kind of
maybe
whatever.
maybe you're pulling off the mysterious thing.
I don't know how long she was doing it for. I think it was at least 6 months before I started talking to her. It may have been like closer to a year and a half. I'm not 100% sure on that. But
Might have to see where we are in 6 months.
It fizzle out by then. But I've been testing out the 4D tactics that it's kind of like a trying to figure out if I could still do this.
Sounds like it's working.
But I don't know how much I want to share on that part, but it's been okay. I'll say that much. I was gonna go through a whole demonstration, but I don't know. I don't know if I can do that one. It doesn't really work when you're on a podcast.
Well, cool.
But moving out from the whole like me trying to be more social aspect of it, going into the more physical. I have continued even after my time in Chicago. I have continued to drop weight. I just weighed myself a few hours ago, and I think the last time I said I was down at least 10 pounds. I'm now approaching 15.
It's good shit.
I think once I hit 20, if I get close to 20, I'd say if I surpass 20, I'm gonna have to figure something out because I think that's a little too much. And this is over the course of like a month or
start eating more.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this in the previous episode where I told you what I make for lunch when I go to the office, and it's not that great to the point where I don't even finish it, and I'm like, well, this is now my dinner. So I make that my dinner. I feel like I have to finish that in one day, and then it actually ends up being, I haven't counted the calories, but I think it's much less calories than I need to sustain my normal body weight and muscle. So I think once I hit, or if I hit above 20 pounds, I'm gonna have to change my diet because I think it's a little too fast.
Have you tried like I know you get like use like protein powders. Have you tried like any of the mass or weight gainer protein powders?
I don't want to keep throwing more chemicals into my body.
Well, but I mean, use it instead of the normal protein and then double up on it because they're really calorie dense. They're meant to be like meal replacements.
Well, I don't want to put on more weight. I just want to keep. I'm fine with losing fat as long as I keep the muscle and strength.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to put mass on.
While I've been losing actual pounds, I haven't seen a decrease in strength.
Well, that's good.
So, okay, well, keep it going. And but finding a point where it's too extreme. And I think my extreme is going to be like 20 pounds. And if I'm down 20 pounds by the end of January, so it's probably like, I'd say since I've been measuring it, probably almost 2 months, I'm going to say that's too much.
Well, I mean,
and I'm going to find a way to eat more.
I feel like your body's finding a more comfortable weight to be at. Like,
that could also be true.
Because, I mean, it's not like you're starving yourself. It sounds like you're eating and you're taking in calories. Your metabolism somehow is still just going up, which is a great problem to have in your 40s,
Fine, I'll make it to 30 pounds. If I have a six-pack, I'd be like, let's just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, if you're eating, like again, if you're not hungry, if you're getting plenty of calories in the day,
liquid calories, protein, try January, hey.
There you go. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
It seems like
everybody's different, right? Like,
I don't know.
Generally speaking, I would say, yeah, that's too much. But
if it's 20 pounds in 2 months, given I was not a fucking fatty heifer when I started looking at this, that may be I think it's a little extreme.
Your metabolism's been like overdrive, or maybe you're just dropping a bunch of water weight that you didn't realize you had.
Yeah, I should probably keep water though. No, I'm drinking. I'm okay on hydration.
Yeah, but I mean, if your body's actually expelling it, maybe you're just maybe that's where it's coming from. I don't know. I mean, like I said, everybody's built different, a little bit different, so
I'll say
Like, his
this
body
though:
just operates a little differently.
there's a little less fat around the tummy area.
Nice.
I'm pulling out some old tank tops now. I'm like, yeah, I can wear this again. I can wear this one again.
Yeah.
Oh, this one? No, not yet.
See, my weight's staying the same, but I'm getting weaker so my belly's just getting bigger.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm married. It's okay. Just
When it comes to my
kidding. Just
workouts,
kidding.
When it comes to my workouts, so last Saturday's usually my heavy day, and I decided to. I've been kind of introducing new things, not a lot of new things. Like throw something new in here, and usually I do squats on the Smith machine, but it was all taken up. So I was like, well, looks like I'm just gonna go Bulgarian split squat. It's Saturday. I don't know. I'm a little more open as far as time goes. And if you know about Bulgarian split squats, it's one leg at a time. And I probably picked up weights that are heavier than I should have used because I was doing the whole, extreme ugly face when you're pushing up.
Yeah, that scares me doing too much weight on a Bulgarian because I'll say that's when my groin starts to hurt too.
I got a flexible groin. Obviously, we just saw
That's true. You did splits.
But I kind of continued it on. So I was straightening myself a lot on the Bulgarian split squats. And then I put on a weighted vest, 12 pounds, and I started doing dips. Because I started adding dips to my regimen if I can today because it works the lower booby. And then with
It's
that,
a good body weight exercise.
while I was still wearing the weighted vest, I went and did pull-ups also.
Yeah, that's badass.
And that's when I straightened ab muscle that I didn't know I had.
Oh no!
All around like the side, and we're almost a week later. It still hurts. Oh. So I'm pretty sure it's a muscle, but I don't know. There might be an internal organ there too that I might be concerned about. But it was from doing pull-ups, and I remember when the sharp pain just shot through that ab. No, it was rough.
I bet it's like I can't remember what it's called, but like it's your ab muscles that you're working when you do like a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
Try and do a vacuum because that supports your back. Like when I try to do vacuum like sucking really hard, sometimes it makes my back hurt. Because I used to practice them for when I was doing like deadlifts. Because I was trying to do them without a belt.
Yeah, I cut out deadlifts. I might try to reintroduce it back just out of ego. But
well, I mean, it's a
I do remaining deadlifts.
common movement,
Yeah, but what was happening to me is I was doing it a lot, and I was starting to add more and more weight. But for days, my back would be stiff. And I watched a lot of workout videos, especially that cater to older people. And they just said, just switch to remaining deadlifts. If it's one of those things that, if you're over 40, here are some things you don't need to do anymore. One of them was deadlift. Another one's bench pressing. Unless your goal is to just bench press or your goal is to deadlift. If you're feeling stiffness in your back, there are alternatives to this that work similarly. One of them was remaining deadlifts. And I'd say when I switch to remaining deadlifts, much better. That and I look like a fucking beast when I'm doing remaining deadlifts. And girls watch me do a remaining deadlifts.
Well, with RDLs, you can get deeper. Like you don't have to slam the weight on. You don't get to slam the weight on the ground, but you can get a little further down and get a good stretch on the hammies before you go back up.
Yeah, well, deadlifts work more of that posterior chain, the lower back, upper back, including the butt and hammies. But remaining deadlifts are more focused on the hamstring butt area.
Yeah. And it's a more controlled movement where traditional deadlift, you're almost trying to just like rip the weight off the ground. It's cool because like I went heavy about a month ago and I was pretty psyched. I was like, holy shit, we got like 400 pounds on here. I only did it like twice, but it went up.
I would say this about deadlifts, traditional deadlifts, is that it takes too much time to set it up.
Oh, dude, it takes forever, especially if you don't have like
down.
Yeah, especially if you don't have like a barbell jack.
Oh yeah, we don't have a barbell jack in my gym, apartment gym.
So you got to keep lifting the thing. Sometimes it sucks. But
All right, that's
I was doing it for a while, but I don't know.
so sticking with my physical activities. Flag football.
Yeah, buddy.
I missed the game when we played my former team from last season. Who they have a little trouble with attendance. As far as the
Oh,
team
that
goes.
sucks, dude.
We had that last season too. So that's the game I missed. I knew it would not be a big deal. If we were at 50%, we'd still beat them. Not that I have anything against them. But last week, as my return game, we actually played another one of my former teams. And it was a team that I decided to leave because I didn't like the playing time. I wasn't too happy with what the captain was doing. Although I'm cool with the captain, now that I'm not on this team. And they're usually they're one of those teams that kind of stacked up their roster with, bigger people, athletic people that played sports almost professionally.
Yeah, I've done that before, and you realize it's not as fun.
Yeah, so we played them, and we fucking killed them.
Oh, nice.
We just butt banged them to hell.
That is so satisfying, though.
That is satisfied. But that puts us, after that game, that puts us as number 1 in the league. We're at the top of the mountain.
That's awesome.
And while this is a, laid back league, I do feel myself getting a little more competitive. Now I'm like,
yeah,
I better be rested up for Sunday morning. Don't be hungover. Make sure you stretch. You can't be. I lift on Saturday morning, so I'm like, I can't be sore for Sunday.
You and I share DNA, and I know something about myself, and that's I don't like to suck. So when I am in a position where we can be more competitive, it's more fun, man. It's more fun when you're winning.
What I have noticed in the past year and a half, 2 years, since I kind of picked up on the traditional lifting, is that I move a lot better when I'm playing football on the sand. I say it's traditional lifting, plus I still do kettlebells, plus I walk a lot.
Yeah, nice.
I was doing in the off season, in between flag football seasons, I would go to the park and try to fit in some sprinting, but I couldn't be as consistent with it.
So just because we're talking about fitness, I'm going to put this up here. This is wrong. This is not even nice, but damn it, it's funny. Let's see if I can get this.
I think I've seen this. It took me a little time to get it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. This dude's going straight to hell. Yeah, so am I. You know what? I definitely laughed at this thing.
For the audio listeners, this is completely visual.
It's completely visual. There's no sound.
I don't know if I want to describe how that is.
No, we're just for the audio. If you're on Spotify and you're driving, hit pause, find a place to pull over, and look at the screen because we do
Safely.
Put the videos up on Spotify too. But yeah, it's funny. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'm wrong.
I saw
for
that too. It took me a little time to figure out what the hell is going on.
And you can keep talking. I'm just gonna show funny
random
things
videos
that I found.
What do we got here? Just made the worst Catholic show. I saw that one too.
Functional fitness, baby. Functional fitness. I think I have one more. Oh, here's the last one. Here's the last one. I almost won this shirt.
Showed that one.
So the shirt says it's a graph charting the last 20 years and the rate of the number of testicular injuries in women's sports over that time period. And I'll just leave it at that. If you want to look at the screen, you'll know what I'm talking about. And again, it's just funny. You don't have to be offended. It's just funny. It's okay, folks. It's okay. But anyway, yeah. So functional fitness is a good thing. I'm trying to do the same thing because I want to be able to perform better in golf, softball. I don't know, pickleball. I don't know. I want to be
Or just walking.
walking. I'm gonna try and do a little more wake surfing this year, or just get out and do some wake surfing this year. So, yeah, that's cool. But I like the New Year's resolution. The author that Alex is talking about is Vanessa Van Edwards. The two books. The first one is Captivate. The other one is Cues. So, I'm gonna find some links. We'll put them in the description.
That's a resolution. A New Year's resolution. I kind of started that back in December or November.
Oh, so that was actually last. Well, you know what though? That's better. I found that to work the best for me, even though I didn't do it this year. Anytime I'm gonna go into the new year with like a fitness resolution, I'm better off it works way better when I start in like November, December. Like, don't wait for the new year. I'm doing it.
No, I might start something in mid-January.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be New Year's to start it. I think that's the message. Hi, babe. We're recording. And I just showed Alex this one.
Hi.
I don't know if I showed you this. Yeah. She's seeing the T-shirt that I just showed you.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, just telling the audience about our trip to Colorado.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Thinking about doing it again.
Yep. We might do it again next year. Who knows? We'll see.
Maybe we'll go skiing next year.
I'm gonna try snowboarding if we do that.
I have gone snowboarding once.
It's
been a lot of time on my butt.
I've gone skiing exactly once in my life,
Really?
and I didn't make it down. I won't even say mountain. I didn't make it down the hill once without falling.
Well, I was very bad at skiing, so I could do if you did a snowboarding class, I could do that with you.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I'm losing anything on my skiing skills. So I could just try starting over snowboarding.
I mean, I'm gonna suck it up either way. I'm gonna be taking a class with the little kids, and they're gonna be better than me, and it's just the way it is.
The good thing is, of my cousins, half of them ski and half of them snowboard.
Yeah.
So no matter what we do, they could split off and babysit.
Well, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Somebody would have to be babysitting us either way.
Yep.
I just don't feel like my skills would be better used on the snowboard. But I'm a phenomenally bad skier, so I don't know if it could get worse, but snowboarding seems like it would be a lot harder.
I've never skied. I've always snowboarded, but when I went, and this is a long time ago, I was actually a bunch of experienced snowboarders, and then two of us had never done that shit before, which was me and someone, a female friend of mine.
Hard though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was they gave me I needed to know what to expect, and they just said you're gonna fall down a lot. You're gonna spend a lot of time on your butt. It's your first time. That's what happens. I said, okay, cool. So this was on the smaller hill. I think they call it the Bunny Hill or Bunny something. That was the hill that we were gonna start off on. So our experienced friends took the two of us first timers on our first way down, where they walked us up to where you start off. They start going down with us. And they kind of got us from running into the freaking staircase or that escalator thing.
Nice. Oh, the lift?
Yeah. No, it wasn't like hanging from the sky or anything like that. It was an escalator type thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, there's ones that you can kind of just sit on and it'll pull you off.
Yeah, it'll take you up. Yep.
Yeah.
So they did one run with us, and then they went to their more advanced routes, and me and my friend just stayed on the little Bunny Hill there. I got to the point where I was able to pick up a lot of speed and stand up for a long time. but I didn't know how to stop. I'd be like coming down like, dude, I'm doing good. And I'm like, I don't know how to stop. I might hurt someone. So my
Just fall down.
natural instinct was to just fall on my ass to stop. So I did that a lot when I was that one time I was snowboarding.
See, I
And
would
then the next day
probably
my
do that,
butt was so sore.
too. But I'm short. I'm close to the ground, so it doesn't hurt as bad when I fall.
Bend the knees.
That's a short.
Bend the knees and just sit down.
All right, I'm gonna go get out of my uniform.
Okay.
It's starting to rain again.
Fine.
It
Ew.
might snow tonight.
Hey.
There's a small chance that it might get cold enough, but it's like in the 50s. So
In the 50s.
In the 50s, it might snow.
it's supposed to get cold enough to snow. Look, that was my car. That's where the car got broken into.
Oh, great.
All right, love you.
I do.
Bye.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Come
Same
on.
time.
Same time, same place, for the most part. Well, cool. New Year's resolutions. Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, we were talking about the book and
Yeah, I kind of went off
functional
into some tangent.
fitness
Whatever.
and CrossFit and testicular injuries and whatnot. I do have a. Well, you know what? Why don't we get through this and then we'll kind of talk about it at the end. But what else you got with us for adventures? Being out and about. Hey, you got to watch this stuff. Anything? Cold once, cold twice. Cool. I think we're gonna call that a segment. And it's time for our. I'll be honest, I don't know how much we're gonna have for this one either, but got an ode to Alex's personal project on YouTube. It's all about the toys. It's called I Play Nerd. I know we've already showed some toys, but it's okay. I usually go first because Alex actually has some really cool toys and stories around him. So I'm going to show mine. And mine is my Christmas present from my wife. This is something I've been wanting for a couple years and just never really pulled the trigger. But yeah, she got me the shoes I've always wanted and never owned. She got me a pair of Jordans, dude. These are cool. Like, yeah, they're kind of neutral, but that's because now I can wear them with pretty much anything. But yeah, she took note, and I was actually going to buy these a while back, but they were out of stock at Dick's, and she somehow found them and got them for me. So yeah, these are pretty sweet. I wore them. Luckily the winter's been mild, so I did wear them to Chicago over Christmas, and I thought they looked pretty good. I'm waiting for the weather to dry up a little bit here, but probably be wearing them again. But yeah, my first pair of Jordans ever. And these are kind of the these are one of the retro ones. These go back to my favorite Jordans, which are like the 89 Jordans. If they ever had... The closest ones they have to the originals actually just came out, but I think these are kind of the closest things to the originals. Those just came out, so... and they don't always go with everything, although that would have been kind of cool for Christmas. But outside of that, like, these are kind of the more neutral ones, so that's why I like these ones, because I can wear them with anything. I actually almost got these for Costa Rica, but didn't quite pull the trigger there. So yeah, I am the owner of a pair of Jordans for the first time ever. You know, all you cool sneakerheads out there have like 4 of these and 3 of the other ones and whatever, but I am not a sneakerphile. This is kind of my first introduction into that world, and probably won't go much further past this. But yeah, I'm pretty psyched about them. They look pretty cool, and I'm gonna try and not ruin them too quickly.
I'll get my own pair eventually.
Yeah, you should. They're pretty cool. I like them.
I've never had a pair of Jordans, but it's been on my list since I was a little kid.
Yep, I like them. I might even, I won't be one of those that I have like 3, 4, 5, 6 colors of the same shoe, but I mean, I might get another pair of Jordans. There's some cool ones out there. I just won't get those ones again because I already have them. So, but yeah, thanks, baby. I love the Jordans. What you got for us, dude?
I don't know if I can't. The microphone's gonna pick this up. So here's our little preview. You hear that?
I heard something. It sounded like you were shaking something. A puzzle? Legos.
Boom!
Oh, sweet.
From my biological sister and my brother-in-law.
Oh, right on. I missed that one when we were there. That one's cool.
I haven't opened it yet, but I will be opening it up, and I might put it below my TV. I don't know.
I should have known that because Ashley got a set from the same sister and brother-in-law. And we might start that tonight. Yeah, I'm excited about it. They're pretty cool. I'm excited to start doing some Lego sets.
Those are my first Legos since I was I don't know, second grade.
Yeah, since
when mom and dad lost Legos.
I loved Legos, man. That's probably still like my favorite toy of all time. They cool. But yeah, I think that's what we got for I Play Nerd. Kind of funny coming off of Christmas, but there was a lot of moving around. So yeah, that's I Play Nerd. That's our road to Alex's channel. Go check it out. Either channel. At Hey Dad Watch This. Hey Dad _ Watch This is my channel. And at I Play Nerd is Alex's channel. And now it's time for our last segment that usually goes in a lot of different directions. And that's why we have so much fun with it. It's called What You Watching? And I'm going to lead this off. Kind of a funny meme that I saw that, look, I live in Kansas City, so they might not appreciate it as much, but this was a meme that showed up on, what am I on? Facebook. It was a short. I don't know how to rewind it. It's kind of like the weakest link. And what the guy is saying is, basically saying, like, instead of saying you're the weakest link, they're saying you have not made the playoffs. And that's why they're all crying. And it's pretty funny.
This is AI?
It's either AI or they just got actors. Those aren't the real players' faces or anything. They kind of look like them, but it's pretty funny, though. It's pretty funny. I'm sorry, Kansas City. I'm sorry, Chiefs. I'm a fan, but funny's funny. And that was pretty good. Now, the other thing I've been watching that I've loved is, man, gets me psyched. And that's none other than our coach, Ben Johnson, baby. Oh, dude, I love watching his videos from the locker room after we win. I love it.
I heard it's way more intense after we lose.
I'm sure it is, but I haven't watched any of that. I haven't seen any of those. They don't put those up. I would watch it.
I haven't seen the video, but there are articles on it.
Yeah, he gets. Well, you know what? They're a professional franchise trying to accomplish something, and they're taking it seriously. I dig that too, you know. But man, I think this was after the Chiefs, or after we beat the Packers. And I wish I could fast forward, but I guess I can't. Can I? No, I guess I can't. Anyway, you know where this is headed. If you're a Bears fan, you know where this is headed. Good, better, best. It's awesome. If you haven't heard it yet, it goes good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good gets better and your better gets best. It's awesome. It gets me psyched every time. Every time I'm just psyched all over again after I see a win. I see the locker room. Dude. Absolute, like, best hype videos ever. I don't know if you've gotten into them, but I love them. And I'll probably be watching a few of them before the game tomorrow.
That's a
which,
big
by
one.
the way, what's that?
That's a big one.
It's a big
game.
one, man. Bears Packers part 3 of the season. Did you know it's maybe it's not that surprising because they are in the same division, but it's only the third time they will be meeting in the playoffs ever.
Yeah, that makes
There
sense.
it is. But for being the oldest rivalry in NFL history, only the third time they're going to be meeting in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, as I am every time we play the Packers. I'm nervous, but excited. But I'm also nervous. I don't know how it's gonna go. Somebody was asking me if I was placing any bets on the game, and my answer to that's always no, because I don't gamble. I don't bet on games where I have any sort of emotional investment in either of the teams that are playing. Maybe it's a superstition. I feel like I jinx it, but maybe so. I don't know. I just don't do it. It scares the bejesus out of me, so I just don't do it. But yeah, that was every time. I always look for the locker room stuff after a good win, and man, gets me hyped for the Bears all over again. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
When I was flying into Chicago for Christmas,
Yep.
the flight attendant would say, "Welcome to Chicago, future home, or home of the future of the 2025 Super Bowl champion Chicago Bears," or something like that.
Oh,
You can't
Lord.
insinuate.
You can't say that.
So
Well, you got the year wrong. But
it actually made a lot of the passengers cheer. I didn't hear it the first time because I had I listened to Vanessa Van Edwards audiobook. So I saw
okay.
people cheer afterwards.
You're like,
But,
what's going on?
No, wait, that was when I was coming in. So I was listening to something else. I was probably listening to Taylor Swift. Who knows? I didn't hear
Right
it
on.
cheer, and I was like, "What happened?" And then that was while we were still in flight. And then once we landed, I heard her say it again, where she said, "You know, home of the futures, the 2025 Super Bowl champion Chicago Bears."
Well, speaking of the Chicago Bears, what do you think of the possibility of them moving into Indiana?
I don't like it at all. But why is the city of Chicago or the city of Arlington Heights or wherever they're looking at, why are they not prioritizing
100%.
the whole deal? Yeah, the whole deal about the new stadium.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I'm curious to really understand just, how serious this is, because I kind of get it from the tax breaks and all that, but you're going to Indiana where the Colts are, and I think the Colts might object to it. And they're not gonna want to lose the Colts, right? They're not gonna want to do anything to upset the Colts. So I don't know. I just, I wouldn't have thought too much of it, except for, it came out right after the announcement here in Kansas City, where the Chiefs announced that they're going to be moving to the Kansas side of the border, and they're going to build a dome over there. So I don't know. I just think not being in downtown Chicago, I kind of get it's packed, and to be able to build a dome it's going to be hard to find enough space for it. But I feel like they're going in the wrong direction, because you got to think of, like,
Given
the
the
fan
area
base
is pretty much, they consider it to be a suburb of Chicago, even though it's in Indiana.
yeah, but you're moving away from the central
You're too far.
part of the
You're
fan
too
base.
much in the borderlands there.
Like, I could see if maybe you just wanted to move further out than Arlington Heights, like Elgin, or even like the west suburbs instead of the northwest suburbs. Even out, like, I don't know, further toward Rockford, I guess.
That's way far.
That's way far too. That's really far. But also, why not go north? go toward the Wisconsin border. I mean, Kenosha has plenty of Bears fans too that
I
commute
kept
into
thinking they might
Chicago.
explore that too, or the Chicago Bears could be technically located in Milwaukee
I
or
don't think they'll
Indiana.
go that far because I mean,
Not Milwaukee. Sorry, Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
oh yeah, I
forgot
was saying,
Milwaukee's not the
Milwaukee
name
is
of
too
the
far
state.
now. That's, I mean, really, once you get north of Kenosha, it's full on Packer country. You know, as somebody who lived there, like the fan base takes a very sharp dip once you get north of Kenosha. So I don't necessarily see that, but going in that direction, I don't think is a terrible idea. Um, I would have thought, I would say northwest suburbs would have been ideal. Maybe just a little further than Arlington Heights, maybe out to like Schaumburg or even closer to Elgin, or go straight west. Um, Naperville. Go a little further west of Naperville. You got like there's a town out there called West Chicago, or a little further, like not too far past that. There's plenty of space, and it's right off of the major freeway, and you don't have to deal with the fucking traffic jam that's always on 8094 or 8294. I think that's 294 where they were talking about by the Hard Rock. It's always like I've never where they're talking about at the stadium. At least the one that I was looking at. I've never driven through there, east or west, when it wasn't like just a fucking full of traffic. So it's not as, I don't know. I don't see it happening, to be honest. Largely because I think the Colts are going to object to it. Because if I'm the Colts, I'm saying, hell no. Don't.
Get out of our state. Yeah, I agree.
Get out of our state.
Even though it is considered part of the Chicago suburbs, any part of Indiana is just going too far.
Well, they're going to have to consult with the Colts. They'll have to consult with the Colts.
I think it's as far as the Bears organization goes, I think that they may be just throwing bullshit out there, using it as a scare tactic.
Yeah.
And next thing they'll say is they're going to go in South Wisconsin or East Iowa, whatever is over there. I don't know. I don't even know what's west of Illinois. I think it's Iowa.
Iowa.
Okay.
West is Iowa, yeah. Or Missouri, I guess, depending on what part of Illinois you're talking about.
Yeah. The Chicago, more like the closer to Chicago north area.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I kind of think it might be a leverage thing. I hope it is anyway. With the Chiefs moving across the border, they're still in the middle, in the heart of like the Chiefs fan base, right? I mean, that's all Chiefs country over there, so they aren't moving closer to. Maybe they're moving 20 minutes closer to the Broncos, but that still puts them 10 hours away from the Broncos, not 3. So I don't know. That's my thought on it. I want to get off of that. I want to go back to
we're watching
good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good gets better. You better gets best. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Last thing what do you have for what you're watching?
As far as shows go, I didn't want to pay for another month of HBO Max, so I canceled it. But I forgot to watch the rest of Welcome to Derry before I canceled it. I was like, it's one of the Homer Simpson dough moments. Oops, because we ran into holiday. I traveled. And then the hype behind Stranger Things season 5 came out, so I did catch up on Stranger Things season 5, starting from when I was in Chicago. Still, I watched it on my laptop or on my phone or tablet, and I got caught up with the first part. I got caught up with the middle part, and then I finished up completely probably a few days ago, probably last weekend.
Okay, so you did watch the series finale.
I did watch series finale, and admittedly, I wasn't as into it as previous seasons. Once again, it's one of those, you know, things that happens when you have so much time in between seasons, where you just, and also with the whole binging thing, where you drop a lot of episodes at one time, like it
Yeah.
shrinks the time that people go in between seasons. So it is fallen into that category where there was just a interest decay on my part because there's so much time in between seasons that I just
Yeah.
forgot what happened.
That got me too, but I
I was
finished
less
it.
motivated to watch it. I paid less attention than I would normally have, but I did get through. I did watch all of it, and I'd say it's a pretty satisfactory ending. I'm not saying it was great. I'm not saying it's bad. It's more of like, all right, that works.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, they closed the loop. Should we? I don't know how to discuss it without spoiling it. Fuck it, I'm gonna ask. The end. Do you think Ella's still alive?
Yeah. Well, I've also watched videos on YouTube where they explain things. They talk about what did this creator think or this writer think, and what did the actors think as far as the ambiguity behind the ending and deciding which one do you believe. And I think I'm on the positive side.
Oh, I think she died, but they want to believe, because it's sad. They want to believe that she's still alive, so I think that's okay too. But I don't think she's alive. I think they were just imagining that and wanting. That's what they wanted, but
That's what they wished happened.
Yeah. I honestly, I think the way they left it, you can believe either way. You can believe whatever you want, and it's totally fine. But yeah,
Movie wise, I have not seen Avatar. I don't know if I'm gonna see it. I feel like at this point, it's the timing was bad, and I got other things to look out for rather than spend 5 hours on a movie, because it's 3.5 hours plus driving there and parking and walking and waiting for it to start. I feel like it's 5 to 6 hours.
Excuse me.
I'd say 5 to 6 hours for that whole experience. I really want to see it. It's just I don't have the time right now, and it's still football season. Let's say that much. It's still
yes,
football
sir.
season. So
Yes,
it's
it
hard
is.
I have priorities geared toward the Chicago Bears right now.
Yeah.
But while I was flying to Chicago, I did watch a movie that I wanted to see. It's called The Materialist, which is an A24 movie. If you're not familiar with A24, they're a very independent film, so it's very low budget. But lately, they've been getting some really typically expensive actors, or actors are heavily in the public eye. Like The Materialist had Mandalorian guy. Pablo
Pascal.
Pablo Pascal, there you go. Pablo Pascal, Chris Evans, and no, damn it, why did I forget her name?
I know what movie you're talking about. It's kind of a rom-com.
It is not a rom. It's not very funny.
Not a rom-com. It's a
it's not a rom-com.
romantic drama, like this, like the what do you call
So
it?
I have to look up her name because it's bugging me right now.
Love triangle type deal.
Dakota Johnson, and I like her too. I like Dakota Johnson.
She's like a
Those
matchmaker.
three actors who are pretty high up there as far as their demand goes, especially Pedro Pascal, not Pablo Pascal. Pedro Pascal and Chris Evans. So A24 movies are typically low budget, but for some reason they've been getting some higher profile actors. And I'd say the movie was a typical A24 movie, just with more popular actors. As far as the way the story goes, it's not like something huge and dramatic happens, just kind of little dramatic things that happen, and then you kind of work your way to the resolution where it's like, yeah, you saw a story, but it's not like mind-blowing. But I would still say I recommend watching it if you know what A24 movies are like.
I don't even know what A24 is, to be honest.
Independent film.
Oh, okay.
Like there are times where I just love to watch A24 movies.
Man, it looked. It definitely did not look like. Well, it didn't look like a low budget movie.
I've watched it. It's low budget. Outside of, I don't know how
really?
much they paid the actors. Because when you look at the settings, you look at how they possibly filmed it, this is the music that's part of it. Usually, there's a lot of lesser known music and songs that go into it.
Hmm.
It's also a lot, because it's lower budget. They have to have pretty more interesting dialogue. So I think the writers kind of are a little more imaginative with these A24 movies, and then the way it's shot. I mean, you can't use popular songs because that's expensive. So you'll get a different feel from songs that you've never heard from before, and then maybe directors who are not Steven Spielberg or James Cameron, so they're kind of finding their own style, or their style might be a little bit different than what you're used to. That's typically what an A24 movie is. It's just this one had the popular actors in it.
I was curious about that movie, but I'll be honest, it's not something I'm going to go seek out. If it shows up when I'm looking for something to watch, I might watch it.
Oh, I was on a plane. I was like, I have nothing else to watch, but I'll check this out.
Oh, okay.
I like the actors.
Oh, was it on the in-flight entertainment, or did you download
In-flight,
it?
yep.
Oh, okay. Man, the problem I ran into with the in-flight entertainment is I was watching I think it was the new Fantastic Four movie.
Okay.
With also Peter Pascal.
Yep. Peter Pascal.
And the flight was too short, so I didn't get to finish the movie. And it's a newer one, so I think it's in theaters and.
No, it's been out of theaters for a long time. It was a summer movie. Yeah.
Well, then I'll have to find it and finish it. Same thing happened with.
You have Disney Plus?
Oh yeah,
it should be at Disney Plus. Or it
yeah,
will be.
Same thing happened on the way home. I watched Working Man with Jason Statham because I think Jason Statham's a badass. But that was on Amazon, and we didn't have Wi-Fi. There was no in-flight entertainment on the way home, so that was a movie I had downloaded. So at least when we got home, I could just finish it. But yeah, like you said, right now it's all about one thing, and that is Bears Packers, baby.
On Prime Video, so I can watch it without having to pay for YouTube TV or Hulu
That's
TV.
what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow night by myself at home. I don't know if I'm gonna be by myself or at home. I might go out and watch it. But man, I'm nervous.
I casually invited. I kind of hinted at this earlier. I casually invited that girl I've been talking to watch it over here. I have a feeling she didn't seem too interested. She's a Packers fan, but she's not diehard.
Well, maybe. I mean, follow up tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna hide a lot of toys.
Fuck it. I would say
no. I'm not expecting it. She really didn't seem interested, and we're kind of fizzling out. I mean, I'm playing around with flirting tactics, like I mentioned earlier, but yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Decide what you're gonna do, and then do it, and just say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. You're welcome to join me if you would like."
Pretty much what I told her.
But then, don't change plans because she got wishy-washy, or don't try to cater to what she might be doing, But also, maybe Bears Packers isn't the right thing if she's a Packers fan. Maybe she wants something else.
I just think she's not interested in football as much.
Oh,
well, yeah. I said, she's not diehard, which I'm fine with. I mean, I'm not gonna.
She'll be looking for something else to do with you. But I don't know. I say you keep working on it.
We'll see.
I think you're giving up too quick.
Well, I'm testing out flirting tactics on her, so it's kind of like, all right, I'll see if this works.
Fair enough. On that note, I think it's time to get into our closing thoughts. But before that, just want to remind everybody that hopefully you enjoy what we're doing and would like to support us by leaving us a comment, hitting the thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel, and clicking that notification bell so you know when our new episodes are out there. But yeah, we'd love to have you. And if you prefer to do it more anonymously, you can always shoot us an email at gagepodcast@gmail.com. All right, Alex, closing thoughts. What is your closing thought for this first episode of season 3?
Well, we hinted at it earlier, and I think we actually fully said it earlier. But you don't need to wait till New Year's to make resolutions. I never make New Year's resolutions because I would just say a resolution could start tomorrow. It could be January 10th, 2026, or it could be February 1st. I'm not gonna wait till New Year's Eve or New Year's Day for a resolution. I just improve myself any time of year.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, I am a New Year's resolutionist this year. Just because I didn't start it yet. That's okay. We're 10 days in, 9 days in, 10 days as far as, as of when this episode is released. And I still haven't started, but that doesn't mean I can't have to wait till next year. So, yeah, I think that's a good closing thought. My closing thought is, I already kind of said it, but I'm going with it again. Bears Packers Part 3 this year. This time it's in the playoffs. So you know what it's all about. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. When your good gets better, your better gets best. Until your good gets better. And your better gets best. Let's go, Bears. Beat the Packers. We'll see you guys next time. I need to cue
Green Bay.
FGB. As my favorite podcaster, Bears podcaster says. FGB, I kind of want one of the shirts. Yeah. Bear down, Chicago Bears. It's time for us to get out of here. Cueing up the music. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. Bear down.